Let's take a look at some NBA results. Steph Curry was on fire. Not really on fire, but Steph Curry will know they can get as much as 60 points a game. But this time around, it was 27 points he had. But Golden State Warriors, they did the business over Orlando Magic, 118-98. Steph Curry, 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists in that game. LA Lakers and Dallas Mavericks. Now, that's their worst ever. The last time they had this kind of very funny result was March last year, and that wasn't as bad as this. So it's more like a blowout from Dallas Mavericks. LA Lakers 73-112. They keep rebuilding. When will they stop? So easy to start anew. You have the Suns and of course Toronto Raptors 115-103. The Suns winning that one. Denver Nuggets and Timberwolves 108-111. So I think the focus was actually Dallas Mavericks having their largest winning margin.
Somehow this guy got us talking again.
Yeah, 30 minutes played, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, no blocks, no steals.
But, I mean, Steph Curry once again. Steph Curry just looked at it like, oh, so much noise about me last season. Let me just, just relax and see what these other guys can do. And then I'll just pick up again. Maybe bring up his A game during the playoff, which is the main season. Because this is a regular season. Everybody is just doing what they can do. And all of that. Steph Curry said, okay, let me just keep my energy. Let me keep my surprise package. During the playoff, when it's needed, I'll just come. Because when we needed him during the playoff last season, Cecilia, I didn't see him. And then the Cavs stunned them. Yeah. So now they say, we cannot afford any. But they've been talking about Russell Westbrook. They've been talking about KD. They've not been talking about me. Let me give Cecilia something to talk about this one.
Yeah, but it wasn't a triple-double. No, the point was as much as we expect from him. But then he was the best guy on the night on that particular game. Now, for Golden State Warriors, it's something everyone is looking forward to. They might just become the first NBA team to actually win about 65 games in 3 seasons in a row.
Tell me about
So that's the record, because right now they've won 38 games and 6 losses. So looking at them winning, getting on that 65 again this season, first time in a row.
Very possible. The Golden State Warriors, quality everywhere. In the last game, Steph Curry made attempted 13 3-pointers, scored 7. That tells you the quality right there. It was some of the guys we talked about last season, even Draymond Green. They are just watching, I tell you, Cecilia, they'll pick up one
Klay Thompson. When he's ready
We're not talking about him yet. It's just about Kevin Durant at the moment and Steph Curry. The Golden State Warriors team, Cecilia, anytime, any day, if they step out to play their game, they're unbeatable. They're unbeatable.
You see how that one pans out. Now, talk about this Chapecoense. I mean, on Saturday they had to play, their first game after coming back from that incident. They returned to action. This was a friendly, but the first league game, it's going to be on Thursday. But about this, thousands of fans gathered. The sun was hot in Brazil, but Chapecoense had to play their first game after most of the players were killed in a crash in Colombia. That was in November. The friendly was against Palmeiras, and that was the first game of the season for both sides. But it was more like symbolism, emotion, than you're just looking at normal game. Because when the mandate was being awarded to the players, they could have gotten, the mandate. It was given to the children and also the wives and the fiancés of the players who died in the crash. And it was all tears, emotional moment for the players and also for everyone, the survivors and all that. It was supposed to be like, okay, the first game returning, but then it was all tears. Okay, a little bit of clap there and all that, but most of them were really emotional about this particular episode.
Cecilia, whenever we talk about this Chapecoense story, it will make you feel the power of sports in any way you can just feel it. And a major talking point in the 71st minute in that game, the game was paused to allow fans to scream. They are now famous, Vamos Chape. The moment these fans, yell that Vamos Chape, you can just feel, this love in the air taking over everyone. People will keep crying. They'll remember their loved ones and say, oh my God, what happened, But, Cecilia, feel the power of sports right there. Football is still being played. It didn't stop. It didn't stop. They have a new team. They have at least a survivor who is picking up gradually. It will be so lovely to see him, play competitive football again. Yes, it was tragic, but life goes on, and
rebuilding.
They're rebuilding, and in any way football can heal, and let these people believe that when there is life, there is hope. Football continue to do that. So I think they deserve a round of applause over and over and over again. This Chapecoense team, what happened to them, and now they've picked themselves back up, how the fans have supported them. We will remember how the team for the Copa Sudamericana Nacional gave up the trophy to them. Everything that has happened with this team, Cecilia, just shows that the game is fair play.
It's fair play. And if you check one of the banners we saw there, you know, behind the goals, you know, reading "Eternal Champions," Kids March to the President. So it's something that shows that for these fans, they will definitely be grateful to most of the players. And the story was that, you know, the plane ran out of fuel and hit a mountain side, killing 71 people on board, many of them players, officials, and reporters on their way to the final of that game. But the story right now, they are returning to football.
That's right.
On Thursday, they would be playing their very first official game. So they're rebuilding, and gradually they are coming back into the game.
And they will come back. Tragic story in November. In February, sports is winning again. Our fans, family members of the team that we lost in the Chapecoense crash are feeling the power of love. They're coming back again. Football is being played, and then we know that they will be healed and everybody will be fine again. Sports this morning on Channels Television, wherever you are in the world watching us, we appreciate you and we want you to take it a step further. Don't just watch this, you come. Let us play for the love of the game. There is so much to talk about. You can talk to us. Our feedback mechanism, they're still the same. On Twitter, channels_sports. Facebook, channels-sports. You can send us an email to sports this morning at channelstv.com. So much going down in your ever busy world of sports. In the NBA, the Golden State Warriors, they are not blinking. They are still winning. And Steph Curry is picking up his form once again. Cecilia told you about it. You can continue to talk about it also. The LA Lakers, they are still struggling. That's it for the NBA. Let's use the hashtag NBA. Come back to Nigeria. Match day 3 of the Nigeria Professional Football Leagues. A lot of talking points. Remo Stars got back to winning ways, but they left something for us to talk about. Was it a penalty? Didn't the referee see that? So much to talk about. Hashtag NPFL Match Day 3. That's how we'll talk about it. And we show some love to the women. Finally, the Nigeria Women's League has come to an end for 2016. Rivers Angels, they are champions. We celebrate them. And Nasarawa Amazons, they did their own part. Christopher Janjuma says it's not good when you don't win a trophy, but let's see what they can give us in the new season. Did I just say new season? So it means administrators should get to work now so that the season is not delayed. Let's know the calendar, let's know the plans so that these girls will be able to give us good football. That's with the Nigeria Women's League. You can just use the hashtag NWL to talk to us. Let's see our fans of Rivers United show love today on the program. 2017 AFCON, a lot of talking points also. Come on. Gabon, what happened? They didn't lose again, but they couldn't make it to the next round. We'll continue to monitor all going down at that competition where the Super Eagles of Nigeria are not competing. Yes, we'll continue to let you know. Hashtag English Premier League. What a rush. So much to talk about. Cecilia, let's bring it back home now. A quick chart on what's going on at the 2017 AFCON. Is this still a tournament of surprise for you?
Well, a little here and there. Because, you know, I talked about the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, that this is not the Cameroonian team we used to know. You know, you don't really have a big name. So you can't say, okay, they're actually going based on what they have before. No, but you look at the score, it's more like a team play. But Gabon, when you have a particular player, I mean, Aubameyang and all hopes happens to be on that one, and when the guy will not come with his scoring boots, so to speak, then this is what actually happened. And Bouanga, I mean, the player who I never expected was the one, I mean, he's been man of the match in 2 of the games they played. I mean, they went through 3 games and all of them, all draws, 3 games, 3 points, and they are out of the championship. Wow. Cameroon, you know, after that win over Guinea-Bissau, they had to come from a goal down to win that one. That was when they got their first 3 points after the draw in the opening game. And this one, they know that they need to hold on and get that draw, and they did. They had that 5 points. Burkina Faso and Guinea-Bissau, it was expected because the kind of tactics Burkina Faso were playing when they played Gabon in their second group game, it was a draw. Somehow they would match delays and everything because they know when they meet Guinea-Bissau, they're going to win, and that was what they did last night. Now take a look at the game we're talking about now, Gabon. What happened to this last now? this one was the first seed.
That's right.
I mean, they started with
some
intent.
pressure,
yes.
yeah, that's the word, intent.
Intent and all that, but somehow they just couldn't get that goal. So many chances that were missed, so many chances that you felt, okay, someone will have to be there to take this in, but somehow it didn't happen. Now this
was
was it's just like
that's the miss of the tournament coming from arguably one of the influential players at the competition.
Arguably one. It's not arguably. He is the most influential player because he continued the form he started last season with Borussia Dortmund, and he's taken it into this season. Riyad Mahrez, we've not seen his best this season, so the difference is he may not have won the best player on the continent, talking about Africa, but then Aubameyang is a player that everyone is looking forward to. Okay, he can actually help his side to give them that goal. Just imagine if he had scored that. And Boanga again, the same guy. He was all over everywhere. If Aubameyang had put on the same effort that he did, I think they would have won this game because they know it was actually in their hands. They know they needed a win. Cameroon know that all they need to do is a draw and they're home on dry. But for Gabon, they just didn't put enough. Somehow, that finishing just wasn't there.
It wasn't there, Cecilia, and then sometimes that's the pressure you need to deal with when you are the host country and your fans, you know, are out there rooting for you. You don't know what rush of blood to the brain of Aubameyang. Cameroon also had their fair share.
I felt okay, it was a penalty, but they said Boanga went down so easily, so it wasn't.
It
was easy.
And some stimulation, also.
You know, I think the guy was tired.
Simulate.
Maybe somehow, just give me this, let me get a goal, but he didn't. Now, this is the coach Camacho, and I read about this coach that he doesn't even understand French. And Gabonese players, most of them were born in France, and the ones born in Gabon, so they speak French. He had an interpreter. I was like, and the time he came in, they changed the coach. He came in newly.
The last part of it out.
Now what happened here?
No, every love should go to the goalkeeper. You know,
you could check the celebration. He knew they were in already, so he called everybody, you come back, let's defend this goal.
That was an extra time. That was
extra time. Yes, that was extra time.
And he pulled out such a save. Man of the match performance right there. Kept Cameroon in this, and someone was asking me, what do you think about this Cameroonian team, Cecilia? I said, watch them closely. They might just do what Portugal did at the Euros. Watch them closely. You know,
it's actually heartbreaking. You know, I felt for Boanga because of all he puts in. Maybe they could have just, you know, won the game, but somehow it just didn't happen. Now this is another one again, thinking, okay, this might just be it. But it just didn't work out.
It didn't just work out. Something didn't just want Gabon to advance at this time.
And that's the final whistle there. So Gabon, sorry, end of the road.
Football for you, Cecilia. Sometimes it's painful, but what can you do? You have a chance, you take it. That's what football always. That's the message of football. Gabon had everything to seal it against Guinea-Bissau. Remember, that was where they lost it, you know, and then in their next game against Burkina Faso, they knew it wasn't going to be easy, and then they had Cameroon last contest, and Cameroon, knowing that they had won out of their games, say, okay, if we just go now, just hold on.
We'll sit back, soak up the pressure,
and it worked.
And it worked for them. That's the best way to actually get the best out of what you want. So it showed that they actually needed it more. Now, the games for tonight, Senegal and Algeria, that's a cracker. Zimbabwe and Tunisia. Now, we might just see, okay, so maybe Senegal, we just want to do them a favor. They've qualified to the quarterfinals already. Algeria, if they had to go out at this stage, so it simply means two biggest players in Africa would not be in the quarterfinals. They have to go back to their club. Now, you still have Sadio Mane there doing the business very well for Senegal. So Senegal, they've won the two games and all. This is the third one. For Algeria, they know that they need to win this. So once they're able to win it, they go through. But if they can, that's the Zimbabwe and Tunisia. From what they did in their second game, 3-1, I think, okay, Zimbabwe, maybe end of the road for them
hasn't been so bad. So they want to say, oh, let's end this on a high. So that game can go anywhere. Senegal and Algeria, nobody is looking at the fact that Senegal has qualified. They want to play for pride. So that's it, the 2017 AFCON, giving us reasons to talk sports. Gabon, the host country, they are out. Borussia Dortmund will be saying, come back home. Come, we love you, Aubameyang. That's the story. We're going on a quick break now. When we come back, the show will continue. Don't go anywhere. Stay.